have at some point in their life where they go, oh, like I thought this was going to feel like XYZ, and I've got all this money and like people are recognizing me and I'm on TV, and oh, why am I still miserable? Like, why is this not making me happy? Why do I still feel depressed? Like, I thought this was supposed to be the answer to everything. And I think everyone has that moment at some point, whether they hit a certain milestone financially, whether they get a certain amount of recognition or followers or some kind of, what society deems successful, right? And they go, oh, this doesn't feel how I thought it would feel. And so I had that at a really young age, actually. And, it was a very glamorous lifestyle, was definitely, invited to a lot of parties with, very famous people and yachts and all this kind of champagne lifestyle. And it's very, I've got to say, it's very empty. I don't know a single person in that world that finds deep sense of fulfillment from it. I think most people are looking for a deeper meaning. So grateful that I had that realization quite early in life. And the whole time that I was in that show and before the show as well, I was really struggling with anorexia and bulimia. So my weight was like really up and down. I was binging a lot. I was purging a lot. I was in a really dark place, and there wasn't really the help that I needed. No one was really speaking about mental health online at that point. This was like 10 years ago. It was very much like no one was really speaking about eating disorders. Everyone was just speaking about nutrition and food and health, and it was just starting to become popular.
Like 10 years ago, people thought if you said mental health or eating disorders or anything like that, they were just like, you're just seeking attention. It was kind of it was that kind of attitude like 10 years ago. It only took for a few fatal cases to become more popular and people actually taking attention. But
and no one could actually get treatment unless they were so underweight that they needed to be hospitalized. There was no form of, like, at least there wasn't commonly spoken about treatment in terms of like psychology and coaching and, help for many people that struggle, which is largely women.
And do you think you struggled because of your pressure on screen?
No, that definitely exacerbated it, but I think eating disorders tend to get triggered before that kind of thing would happen. So for me, I always had identified as a perfectionist. Different things happened in my life where I was trying to gain control over them, different things with my parents and childhood, and then it ends up, years pass by and then suddenly you are using food as a coping mechanism. And so you can't really track like exactly how it was formed, but definitely like in that industry, in the acting world, in the modeling world, it's very much it's all about how you look. It's all very competitive, and at the time it was a really unhealthy place for me to be in, already with an eating disorder, and many of the other people on the show were also struggling in similar ways.